Hey there. All right. What's going on? All right. YouTube. I know a lot of you've migrated over from the Instagrams. That's fun. And this week we have a, what do you call it? We have a pre-chat, which is cool, right? So you guys have a waiting room. We don't normally do that, but with the new YouTube, we have to make some changes. I don't know what's going on. Charles is more in charge of the technical stuff for the YouTube than I am. But today we're going to be talking about the greatest thing that anybody wants to talk about, and that's marketing. Really, rebranding is what we really want to talk about, but it's essentially a form of marketing, and some of these brands are doing a really good job with it, and some of these brands are not doing a good job with it. So let's talk about it.
I do like that sound, man. That sounds so good.
It's always good.
I know.
Oh, now I'm curious about all the stuff that was in the chat. See?
Yeah, that's gonna be a hard part for you now. You're gonna be like, I'm not scrolling up. No, you have to wait. You have to watch it.
There's gotta be good stuff in there.
But yeah, since it's a drinking show, man,
right.
You took a sip. What was it?
Oh, I am drinking the newly rebranded Bal Blair 17 Travel Retail bottle.
How was
Perhaps
that?
you've seen it. This is Bal Blair's new look. It's when I first opened it, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't like it.
Okay.
But it's mellowed out some. So this is the thing that I believe that happens with bottles. When you first open them, it's different than when they're opened later.
Yeah.
But it's definitely mellowed out some, and it's very like butterscotchy, which is kind of good from the American oak containers. So it's got a little bit of Spanish oak to it from the color and from what it says on the front of the container. But it's more like butterscotchy and very American palate without the ginger, which is nice.
All right. So if you had to go back in, would you buy a second bottle?
No.
Oh, there you go.
Sorry.
No, that's fine, man. In my Denver Lively glass or
Shimon.
Traveler,
The Traveler
is Singleton 18. So I just came from a whiskey event, tried the Singleton 18, and really liked it. So
what if I took the Traveler with me to different places and had ambassadors and stuff sign my Traveler instead?
I think that the stainless steel will.
No. And then I like clear coated it later and kept it forever.
That could be it. Because like in my head, I'm like, it's gonna rub off, man. Pentel pen or permanent marker is still gonna come off.
Yeah,
Stainless.
I mean without etching, it's that'd be sick though.
That would be cool.
What's up, Odd?
But yeah.
Oh, so all right, I don't have any new bottles, but I have a new thing.
Okay, I got a new thing too. So you go
Okay,
first.
you do your thing
my
first.
Okay. So one of our followers, BotGuard, sent me some of his stuff.
Oh, so did you get some of the bottle? They're like the boxes, right? That like protect your bottles.
So these are the boxes.
That looks sick.
So what was cool about this, like, so I have a Hibiki bottle that I really like this one right here.
Yeah, Glenord Scotch Votery. Yeah.
Right. So that's awesome that you can get to see it all, and it's a nice case.
That's pimp looking.
And then I also have and just like you, a collector's edition of a Blue Label. So I have the Filipino version of it. So I thought it was pretty cool. Like, there's a stand enough so you can put a light inside. But
oh, that's cool for people who want that.
Yeah, so I know everyone's like, oh, open your bottles. There's some bottles that are just more collection pieces or mean something.
No, you're just saving them for the right moment. That's all.
So for this, like, this is from where I grew up a lot, so I'm probably never gonna drink this bottle. It's just a good reminder. And then of course, like, as you know, Hibiki's been one of my favorite whiskeys from before. So having finally a painted collector's edition, I just want to show it off. So
yeah, but how does the Singleton 18 taste though?
The Singleton 18 actually really good. I personally would like it either stronger or richer, but I was told that this is the #1 selling whiskey or single malt whiskey in Asia, which makes sense because it is lighter. I would even put it in like an Irish category because how light and easy drinking it is. But the tail end does have a nuttier, light espresso coffee note that kind of brings it back home. So I personally enjoyed it. This is probably like my 3rd or 4th dram of it. So Today. So,
in the last 20 minutes?
No, in the last like 3 hours. So.
Uh-huh.
But no, it was really good. I personally wish it had a sherryness to it or a spice to it at the front. The front kind of was like lackluster, but the end definitely hit home. And it's
Simone likes it.
$84 to $90 for an 18-year-old.
For an 18?
Which is insane. Yeah.
No, it's just like that's like last year's price. That's crazy.
Nuts.
It's weird. It's weird that seems cheap now.
Because
everybody else is ruining everything.
The 12-year-old's like 30 something bucks. Their 15 is about 70ish. Oh no, 50ish. And then their 18 is like pushing the $80-$90.
A distillery must be cranking out the whiskey.
It must be, and it's a Diageo brand, so it's got the money behind it.
That's why.
So
yeah. I didn't buy a bottle this week. Instead, if you guys saw my live on Instagram earlier, I did a quick live when I got home from work. I opened a black box, and the first thing that was in there was this. So I can't explain this. Glenmorangie apparently adopted a giraffe in the name of Scotch and Sniff.
There you go.
I don't know why this is a thing.
Scotch and Sniff has a giraffe, people.
We have a giraffe.
Where is it in
Certificate
Africa?
of adoption. The giraffe is in it's in northwestern Nambia.
So if you guys go there and you see a giraffe with that hairdo, then that's for sure.
Then you know that it's my giraffe.
Your giraffe.
But it's so weird. So like, there's a website that I have to go to, and I can actually like pick the exact giraffe I want because they have like trackers on all of them.
You can pick the giraffe,
so, like,
bro.
I get to pick the giraffe, and then like I go to like the adoption portal and do all this stuff.
All right, you gotta have to show that off. That's funny.
It's like the most ridiculous stuff that came in here, and then they sent me like literally a whole book to show off all these giraffes.
Just before you say something, Wally does have a live, or Scotch and Sniff has a live stream of him unboxing this, and my favorite part of it is when he realizes why they did a giraffe.
Oh yeah. So wait, should I not tell anybody then?
You can.
Should I
You
leave
can.
that
It was just hilarious when I'm like, you're like, oh, that's why. And I'm like, oh.
Okay, all right. Because I was gonna read the other side of this card that explains
Do
it.
it, man, do it.
But like, no, I won't do it. I'll go to Instagram and just watch my unboxing because this is really weird. I just didn't know what to expect, and I got really freaked out because when I opened it up, and like, if you opened up a box that you got in the mail and it said certificate of adoption, like, I'm telling you, 1,000 things ran through my mind, and I was like, something's going on. And then when I saw Glenmorangie on the certificate, I was like, oh, I need to do this on a live stream so people can see my face because like I didn't know what was gonna happen.
It was pretty funny. Sadly, the glass.
It was weird. But yeah. I can't believe the glass broke in shipping. So I tagged them. Hopefully, that marketing company sends me another one. We'll see.
All right. So that's it. I think that's all the bookkeeping stuff.
Yeah, I didn't buy any bottles this week.
Still 50-50 if we're gonna be live next week. Just
50-50.
So
we're gonna be all right.
If not, then maybe Wally would just do like a stream, or maybe I'll try and stream. I have internet at the apartment, so it should be fine.
There you go.
Maybe I can go to the bar and see how good their internet is. But yeah. So, what is our topic today? Because it seems like with this announcement, it seems like everybody's doing it. So, let's talk about it.
Sorry, everybody in chat got a whole lot of good stuff. And no, I don't have to pay for the upkeep of the draft. This is all done by Glenmorangie. This feels like a marketing stunt, but it's whatever. It's cute either way because
it makes sense.
I don't think I normally. Yeah, it makes sense. Go watch my live stream on Instagram and you'll see what's up. Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Did he explain it? Yeah, it's all right. Yeah. So yeah.
So topic today.
Talking about the topic. We already talked about one brand. So I don't think this went well. I think everybody hates what Balblair is doing because everybody is used to the vintages.
Didn't go well. Let me.
So before they were doing vintages, I didn't even bring an old bottle.
I'll just give it. Yeah. Go ahead.
But yeah, on the old bottles, they did vintages. So the 1990 was one of my favorites. It's like depending on which batch you got, it was 23, 24, or 25-year-old, depending on when it was bottled.
Yes.
But to take away like the math, they don't want people to have to do that anymore. And apparently, I'm guessing this sells more, which is why they're doing it. You've got the age statement on the front of the bottles now. So this is like the new jam that they're doing. So, there's the old 1990. Correct. And there's the new Balblair 15, which isn't available in America, but if you went to Scotland, you might have picked one up at the distillery.
Yes.
So, yeah.
But yeah, so that's what happened. So a lot of time, the distillery manager was basically saying that, and even the staff were saying how like they didn't want to do the math. They actually had a cheat sheet.
Right. It's the same thing.
And it's just same juice, same stuff, nothing really changing.
They're just raising the price.
And they are raising the price. And then the reason for that is basically they want to try to recoup back that investment they did on the bottles earlier on. But same juice, exactly the same. Nothing's changing. So, which is good. Which is a great thing. If you love Balblair, yes, you're gonna have to pay a bit more. But to be honest, you guys got it at a cheap price. Years.
So yeah, I think everybody's mad about having to kind of ruin their mystique. Yeah, they weren't the only brand that was doing vintages though. There were a couple of brands that did that.
Yeah, let's.
But I think
I'll go solo again to you, and I'll.
I think nobody liked their rebrand. So I started thinking, like, what are other brands that have recently rebranded that nobody liked?
I don't think they didn't like it. I just think it was.
Well, people don't like the pricing, and that's changing too. It's not just the design. So, like, here we have another brand that recently rebranded. This is an older 12 bottle. You can tell because it doesn't have the chevron at the top, which we'll talk about in a minute. But
I don't think I have
this stuff doesn't taste the same as the current Macallan. I don't
See,
care what anybody
and to be
says. I know what
honest,
my taste buds tell me.
yeah, you've been telling
This
me
was better.
definitely that
This was better. I'm sorry. I hate saying that, and I wish that the flavor profile was consistent.
and
But I think.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's up?
I have to.
I was gonna say with
Yep.
with these rebrands,
Yep.
one thing you don't want to do is change your flavor profile. Like, of all the things that people are coming to you for, it doesn't matter if the packaging changes, the juice stays the same, like with Double Air. But if you're changing the juice too, we gotta talk.
Macallan's actually, like, when we were at the distillery, they actually said they did not change anything.
Correct. They swear that it didn't change, but
And they said they had some, special machines to detect
so
stuff.
I
blah,
do
blah, blah.
believe that they do the spectrum analysis where they can actually look at the chemicals that are in it. Sure, that'll tell you half of it, but
So
as we all know, it's science. That doesn't tell you everything that's going on. Just because you have identical genes to your twin doesn't mean that you guys are going to be into the same stuff. Like, it's the same kind of nuances that make something taste different.
So the next one we have is the same with the vintages, right?
Ooh, I forgot about Glenrothes. Yeah,
And
I didn't even grab one of those bottles.
This is the new brand. Basically the same type of bottle.
Correct. Yep.
Different labeling. They don't use vintages anymore, and that's more of because they bought.
They bought it back from Berry Red.
Yeah, Edgerton bought the rights, or the marketing rights anyway. So that's kind of their thing. So that was more of, I think, a play of, they saw the market how it was, they just bought it, they wanted to rebrand right off the bat, which makes sense. A lot of companies do that.
Ooh, Eric, have fun in Scotland.
I know.
I think that was just a big problem that they did, though, is like when you change from vintage to years, a lot of people start wigging out. But at the end of the day, ironically, it's the same numbers are numbers. That has nothing to do with it. If the juice stays good, the juice stays good.
And the juice is the same for this one too, with the vintages and stuff like that. So that's what we heard from Glenrothes.
Richie Z. So funny thing, I recently went to a bar with some friends, and I was like, so I've tried the new Mac 18 and the new Mac 25 out in San Francisco and Vegas. I tried Mac 25 twice. The new one does not taste as good as the old one. I literally can, like, if you side by sided them, you'd be like, I don't know why the new one cost $1,900 this year. I was hoping that the 12 wouldn't change because I've always liked the 12. And
so which
sure
12?
enough,
Because there's like three different 12s.
So I went to, there aren't though. There's the 12 triple wood, there's a double. We're talking about the 12 sherry. So for the 12 sherry, I literally went to a bar recently and ordered just neat a 12 sherry. It was a brand new bottle. They just cracked it. And no. It's not the same.
I have the double
I don't know
wood.
what's changing.
I'm doing the double wood for a tasting. So I'm gonna pick that up. And I heard it's pretty good, but it's
the
more
double wood
gingery.
is just more gingery and it's much more American oak. That's all it is. Just the ratio changes from much more. So the 12 does have American oak casks in it also. They just don't call it double wood. So it's got 10% American, 90% European, and they flip it for the 12 double wood because they're trying to appeal to the the American palate.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't think it's a good idea, but whatever. I feel like my American palate was getting used to just straight sherry.
I just think it's like, you're not even like the core American palate either. American palate is
that's
more
the
like
problem.
the entry level, right? It's more like I'm drinking bourbon all the time. I'm gonna switch to Scotch.
Correct.
I want to have that spice still, which is ginger spice.
Yep. Sometimes brands rebrand because they want to look more prestigious, right? Mac just did that with theirs. So their new bottles have like a chevron on it, and they look more pimp, but they don't taste as good. Mac Doublewood's good in cocktails.
This is what Macallan's trying to do.
One of the brands that cracks me up.
Fancy stuff.
This is just so this bottle is a little old. Like this bottle is 25 years old, but it's not old juice. But Dalmore, now you see Dalmore and you have like a silver stag. This is like painted on the bottle. This is just paper painted on the bottle. This literally does not look like any prestigious bottle of Dalmore. This looks like a regular brand who had a story. They even put their distillery on the front of the sticker label. Like, they didn't care about luxury at this point. They were just like, look, we have good whiskey. This is legit. None of that plastic pewter looking stag. This is like literally painted on the bottom.
And then
it's
with
just paint.
Sticker on the bottom.
Yeah, and so this is what you used to get, and now it looks prestigious, which is fine.
This does look fancy as F.
It is. It's fancy AF, but it's just different. Their juice didn't change either. Well, actually, no, their juice did change. That's right, because the new 12s are like 40%, and the old ones were 43 and 46 on some of the older ones.
What's this one? This is
40.
Doesn't even tell me. That's weird.
On the back?
Yeah.
Not on the front? It should be 40.
I know, it should be 40, but it should have
Dalmore
something.
is way cheap.
It doesn't have...
Yeah, they went...
Oh, it's on the neck label. That's weird.
Okay.
40%. You are correct.
Yeah, they went higher end bottling lower end whiskey.
Yeah.
So
Had to pay for
and I
that
think,
cheap stuff.
so yeah, there's 2 new brands that I don't want to talk about yet, but one rebrand that nobody talks about. So a lot of people say that 12 only because there's more. I mean, there's more alcohol in it.
Scotch Malt Whisky Society.
Correct. That's what I was about to say. So this brand, like, people don't realize Scotch Malt Whisky Society just rebranded 2 years ago.
Yeah.
But Scotch Malt Whisky Society's rebrand though was about education, which is pretty legit. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, the older stuff was better. The newer stuff's not as good." But like, they're picking single barrels from distilleries that have stuff available and not available. So they don't have much of a choice. It's not like they're a distillery changing their formula. They just go to distilleries and get their stuff. But what I do like about how they change their stuff is, in terms of education, they have this new, the labeling system. They use the colors to let you know, like, oh, this tastes like this or this tastes like this, and it puts it like it literally goes from left to right when you look at the colors, when you have different colors to look at, and that's to let you know, like, start on the left, and that's where like the lighter flavors are, and then go all the way to the right, and those are the darker, richer flavors or peated flavors that are like going to wreck your palate. So they're really trying to help people really get into the single casks by giving them some more free education. And you have an old bottle. Show the old one.
So the old one, I feel as though that.
So the old ones focus much more on the actual like number of the bottle, and they put tons more notes on the fronts. Yeah. Like, and they don't do the notes the way they used to do back then.
Yeah, this one's like
now the notes are a lot smaller.
Yeah, and what's crazy is they did focus on the number. So the first thing you saw was a number, and the age statement is the smallest thing on this thing. So they didn't care about the age. Like, this one's like, this is 12 years.
Now they all do. Yeah, it's very easy.
So I personally like the older bottlings for the information on the front, but I prefer the look of the newer.
Yeah, the new ones they're just easier to read and deal with.
Oh, and this is not an ad, but if you guys are a member, they released a Glen Scotia that was in port, and I am excited.
I am not excited about it.
Port, man. And I heard it's just like Red Diesel, but more port forward. And I like that Red Diesel. And that was also Glen Scotia. But
check out the commercial Versace Arrows fragrance for men. It looks like it's made by the same people who did the Macallan Make the Call. Yeah, Macallan Make the Call it still feels like a mistake, and I'm kind of glad the commercial got banned in Scotland because it's dangerous. Like, you gotta do what you gotta do. Dalmore King Alexander is one of my favorite Dalmores, one of the only Dalmores that I do like.
Yes.
Had the bottle 2 years ago, so I think my bottle is 2 years old, so it's gonna taste like whatever you had.
And a bit.
Hopefully they haven't changed the recipe at all.
I hope not.
But yeah, so those are a lot of brands that change for either, like we said, luxury. They changed for the look, like they lowered the quality of the whiskey, or like these guys, Scotch Malt Whisky Society changed for the education, and then you got Bal Blair who just changed to make the math easier. But 2 new brands, and really the inspiration for why this is the topic today.
First brand is?
One of the brands that first one is Bread, who most recently decided to rebrand. They have a bottle that's got embossing on it.
I like the embossing.
They did all kinds of new stuff. They have a new logo. They've got a new slogan that I can't say because it's French, and I only took French for 5 years.
Wish they
I should be able to say it.
A wooden cork top. I wish they used
the wooden top.
I wish they used like that glass one that you've seen for wines.
I mean,
how sexy would that be?
I mean, I'm not going to switch mine out right now, but yes, that would look pretty hot. So Bren rebranded, and they did all this stuff, and it's weird because everybody was super receptive. The flavor didn't change, and nothing changed that way, but like everybody was really, really, really receptive to Bren changing their flavors because, like,
you mean the design?
They changed the design because like the flavors didn't change, just the design got pretty.
And the price.
Now here we are with glass topper because it's what you asked for, so I did it anyways. Right? So here's with the glass topper, and it looks good. I mean, there you go.
Boom, even sexier.
Fantastic. Fancy. So now the bottle's even more fancy. But yeah, no, everything they did with the labeling and just making the bottle look more prestigious, it's legit. I mean, it's French whiskey. It should look a little more French. And before it was just a plain circle cylinder bottle, and it's just a little more plain. That's all.
They did mention that it was. Allison did mention that it was like a year or so in the making and stuff like that. So they took their time, and plus, it was out of their own pocket. They didn't increase the price in any way.
Oh, that's funny. So Kevin's comment, Pappy does no marketing yet, the holy grail of bourbon. So that has everything. So
they did do marketing. Trust me, they did marketing.
They did do marketing, but the legend of Stitzel Weller is what carries all of Pappy. So Pappy, as we know it today, is Buffalo Trace. Wasn't always Buffalo Trace. Of course, Stitzel Weller made a giant name for themselves, and they're super famous. And then, Buffalo Trace bought them.
It's not even that. It's like it was word of mouth marketing. It was the guy from No Borders. What's his name? That chef that passed away.
Yeah, how they built
Anthony
the hype.
Bourdain. Like he was talking about it, and then that got even more people that aren't even into whiskeys into it.
Yeah, it just started a hype train.
That's all it was, and it's marketing. It was them going.
Don't get me wrong, it tastes good.
Yeah, it was them going to like actors and stuff like that and talking about it. And
I was gonna say I should be clear. The 23 tastes good. The 20 tastes good. The 15 is hot. The 12 and the 10 are, I don't understand.
I didn't mind the 15. I think he gave me.
The 12 and the 10 are just writing the name.
I don't think they're worth it.
Yeah, they're just writing the name. It's the most silly thing ever. And so, of course, today, to celebrate the other brand that's changing their stuff, which is weird because they just changed all of their bottlings and their design just a couple years ago with a brand called Purple that does marketing and design out in the UK. But it is Glenfiddich, who has changed. I know, I grabbed this old, nasty 90s bottle.
Like, that's not the new one.
So, you know what's funny is this. I have the iteration I have on my shelf that's almost empty, and then like literally there was already another new one after mine that I didn't buy any of, and now they have the brand spanking new one that's coming out. So if you guys have seen the new one, I posted it in my stories. All the brand ambassadors are posting it in their stories, but basically it's like a new design. I don't think you can find it on the internet. I think you have to go to Instagram and like.
I'm trying to find it up for you guys.
It's gonna be Glenfiddich whiskey. But yeah, so they changed the whole look of the bottle, and it at first I was like, this looks really cool. The font looks awesome. The giant age looks awesome that's hidden behind it. Like everything about it looks really, really, really cool. And I was really, really excited about it, except for one detail. They kept the triangle bottle, still good. The only detail I don't like is the chevron. And so it has a chevron right in the middle of the bottle. The only reason I don't like that is because that's literally what Macallan just did. Yeah. Macallan's already had the chevron look in a lot of their glasses and a lot of their stuff that they sell. Yeah. But they finally like put the chevron into the bottles. And so now you associate like the broad shoulder chevrons with the bottles. It's in their stories. And so like Glenfiddich doing that in the middle of the bottle, I'm like, that's the only thing I don't like. It does look pimp. It looks great. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, like looking at it. So the big, as soon as you can bring the picture up, like that's legit. Yeah. I don't know how. Is there a way you can drag that picture over there?
I'm going to.
All right. But yeah, so like the design that I will wait till you guys can see the picture because it doesn't make any sense if I just like start talking about this design, but we can't all see it together because it looks kind of silly. Wait, can you drag it over there?
Can I drag it?
Oh, where did it go? Is it all on the other monitor? Did we lose everything?
No, we didn't lose everything.
Although you are showing the whole world your monitor right now, though. Yeah, that's a nice picture of Scotland.
Thank you. No, that's not it.
Just cover up my face or something. Oh, there's chat.
I tried to.
Is there Untitled merch like shirts and stuff? No, there's no Whiskey Untitled merch yet, but Charles will work on that. Yeah, I mean, that's what the chat says. I'm trying to read it. Oh. So, yeah, there's no merch yet, but I mean, like, if Charles wants to do some merch for it, feel free. Yeah, just cover up my face. And
I'm trying to.
Oh, my gosh. It's like, what's the other question that's right there?
Oh, what's the question?
In a sense, changed my brand, divided YouTube channel into 2 separate channels. One for wine and one for... Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just your face is covered. All right, there you go. But there, yeah.
All right, now you can't see my face. This is fantastic. Although I can still see a little thing in the top corner, and I was wondering if that's there the whole time. Like, there's a little video thing up there.
There you go.
Oh, that's been there the whole time, by the way. So, all right, if you guys look over there, you can see. So, what I really like, what I don't like, again, can you zoom out in on the...
No, I can't.
The 12? Oh, you can't make it bigger. All right, so what I like... Definitely, like I said, the font, pimp.
Like
the writing over the 12 and how the 12 is like kind of subdued behind it.
Yeah.
Which is probably going to be descriptors. That's pimp. The little red tag. So the 15, the new 15 is also up too. The little red tag, I don't know why that is, but it's one of the questions that I sent to Glenfiddich already because I'm curious, like why that was integrated as part of the design element because I don't know what that's for. I don't know what it symbolizes, but you can see the chevron in the middle of the bottle, which is still a triangle, repeated on the box with a chevron. What would be really, really pimp is if they took that box and actually made that the lid so you could pull it up and it was shaped like a chevron if you're really trying to accent that. That would be pimp.
That would be interesting.
But that's probably not what they did. It's probably just a regular tin with the tin top and whatever. So, whatever. But I don't know. I think the bottle looks cool. Yeah, it's just pleasing to the eye. It's very pleasing to the eye. So my bottle that I have of Glenfiddich 12, I bought a couple of years ago, is almost gone. I have one pour left in it, and just haven't taken the time to actually do anything with the last pour that I have.
Yeah.
So what I'll probably end up doing is just drinking the last pour and then going to buy one of the new bottles because they look amazing.
Okay.
Just to have one of the new bottles.
Yeah,
It'll be great for pictures.
So, like, when looking at it, I really think they still have that triangle shape that they have. Like,
oh, it's 12 and a stag. It shows you what's on the little red tag. Also, it says William Grant and Sons on the very top of the whatchamacallit instead of
original
Synthetic.
12.
That's interesting.
But I do think they're keeping that triangle. Let me see if I can get it.
The triangle shape of the bottle?
Triangle shape of the bottle. I think it's still there. That
oh,
light
yeah. No,
looks
it's
like
still,
the light.
you can tell from the base. You can tell from the base that it's still a triangle shape.
Yeah, so it still has that shape,
Yeah,
which is great because that's kind of like their signature thing.
They're just putting a notch, a notch
I just
into
don't
the
get
bottle.
that chevron thing. Like, it's just like, I know you're trying
They
to
put
a
it right
suit
under
and
the
tile.
deer. Yeah, that's all it is, just to look a little more fancy.
Yeah.
It's unique.
No, it's not. Macallan.
Except
You
for
said
Macallan.
Macallan has the exact same one, and they're like right down the road. They say they went to the
Except for
same
Macallan.
bottle place, and they're like, "Hey, we could do the same thing to you guys."
Hey guys, these chevrons look really good. Oh, do they? So
Where
it's
did you get
alright.
the idea from?
I'm excited about it either way. It's gonna be a new bottle that's gonna go on the shelf and be good for pictures. And
you're doing
Constant Ladies Balvenie bottle.
You're doing a
Yes,
question and answer.
Richie, I already did a side-by-side review of the 12 Double Wood and the 12 American Oak. That's already up on scotchandsniff.com. Just go there and then scroll down a little bit and you'll see it. Actually, there will be a new video up there tomorrow too.
And then,
yeah. So just go up there and you can see it, and that'll get posted. So that story's already up there because I really wanted to do a side-by-side of the 12 Double Wood and the 12 American Sweet Oak because I was curious about where flavor-wise it was going to go. And if I had to one, I'm still a huge Double Wood fan.
Yeah.
I think it's the sherry notes, and I think the darkness and the richness of the sherry that I really enjoy even more.
Blind, I picked the double as well. So I think it was too malty for me, but I do want to kind of go back to it because, as you know, when we went to Scotland, that malt was like
everywhere. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe that'll bring that memory.
The American Oak is very cereal malt forward. It's very, very cereal. Like if you can think of the taste of barley and then barley cereal, if they had such a thing, like Honey Smacks without any honey and sugar in it, like just straight like barley cereal, that's what you're getting. Yeah. So it's good. It's just different. So
and I don't know if we're gonna do merch, but we might do coins or pins. I got a good.
I don't know what we'll do. But pins would be fun. Enamel pins.
Yeah, we could do like pins. They weren't that bad.
I put one in my hat.
Yeah. I have been thinking about doing coins, but that's more for drinking Caveman. But let us know if you guys want some merch. If you guys want to support us in any way possible, it is the link down below the Patreon.
Oh yeah, thank you to all the Patreons. You guys all receive your packages. Post them on Instagram and tag us.
Yeah, let us know how you like it. And I heard some of them did leak. So if you do not know which, because the marker was on it, if you don't know which one you got, just DM me and I'll tell you which bottle you got.
So Richie Z loves malt, so he says he'll get it. Yeah, if you love malt, the Glenfiddich 26 is another one like you'd probably love. So if you guys do want to ask questions for Kelsey McKechnie though, like she's the new malt master that's studying under David Stewart. She's not actually a master yet, but she's the new malt blender over there at Balvenie. Definitely. Yep. I posted in my stories a place for people to put any kind of questions. There's already one good question in there, which is like, are we going to see Balvenie cast strength? But we have the tons were cast strength. The old 30 cast strength single cast were cast strength. So there have been Balvenie cast strength stuff. Like people just, a lot of it's just older, or people just don't know that it's cast strength, like the tons.
Yes, that's correct.
But yeah, so I have a story up right now. If you guys have any questions, you have till tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning to go ahead and send me. It'll DM me a question right there. So like if you want to, just send me the question of whatever you want, and I'll ask as many questions as they'll let me ask her.
Yeah.
So
do it.
I've never met her before, so it should be cool.
Sorry, bro.
No. Oh God, no. What? Oh my gosh. When, sound like he came out of the 80s.
When donuts come with that one. Oh, we'll make a whiskey entitled one.
Great comparison of Smacks and the new Balvenie. I'm sorry, I couldn't think of another way to like. I don't know anybody who eats like barley cereal. Like in Korean, we have like barley water, barley tea that we drink all the time. So like it reminds me a lot of that. But like I couldn't think of another comparison. Kevin, new Patreon. Thank you. Thank you for your support.
Appreciate it. Really, really appreciate it. It helps us out a lot. Keeps the show running, to be honest, because there's some days you're just like, why do we keep doing this?
Oh, I don't have those days.
Oh, I have those days.
I do because I'm a nerd.
All the time. So check us out. Drink Caveman on Instagram, Scotch Stiff on Instagram. Please feel free to DM us. Ask us any questions you like, even weird ones. We'll try and answer as much as we can. Patreon supporters, thank you so much. Photo time.
Can I just take a heart photo? I'll just do the 2 old bottles.
To be honest, this is actually pretty cool. Like when I put this in there,
Those boxes are sick.
they're like legit. Oh man, new box with this. Yeah.
New branding. Who
Yes. Yeah. So,
actually, Richie, that's a good question. That's a good question for Charles.
I don't know. We were talking about some stuff before, but she's been really busy. So,
She's got kids.
Yep, and she's been doing a lot of stuff outside of the Instagrams. But yeah, thank you guys so much. Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in with us. Hope you guys had a great time. Let us know if you like that waiting room thing because it made it a lot easier for everybody. But then some people don't like it. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Definitely give us thoughts on the waiting room. What you guys liked.
Yeah. Make it
not
easier.
long. It should be 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I heard somebody Eric was in there getting anxiety.
Yeah. I'm like
barley bread. Barley bread sounds good.
Average watch time is 16 minutes, guys. So maybe when we get average watch time higher. But yeah. Thank you guys so much. And what do we say here? Deuces with hearts.